I'm going to tell you this. Donald Trump is playing chess and everybody else is playing checkers. Prime example. Earlier this year, he figured out who was part of America when he did the Tariffs war. And you see a lot of Americans sided with China. Mind you, and after all the talks from the Democrats how China is this superpower and we got to watch for them, we watch Democrats, every liberal, side with China because they hated Donald Trump. That was a chess move. That's how you start weeding out who's who. Prime example. Here's another example for y'all. Another example. Just recently, he taxed Iran. And I'm going to show you a clip where multiple presidents said they was going to attack Iran, but when Donald Trump do it, it's a problem. Chess, not checkers. He convinced now you have CNN and MSNBC campaigning for Iran. So now you tell me, who are they really for? When they're looking at Iran and they're like, oh, Iran this, Iran that, why we do that? But they didn't do that when no other president talked about it. And if you don't believe me, watch this clip. I have multiple clips to show you the hypocrisy of the left. It's only a problem when Donald Trump do it, and I'm going to keep it real with you. That's the only reason. If any other president do it, they will watch it. They will be okay with it. Watch this. You can't make this shit up. I'm telling you.
The United States is clear. We will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
If I'm the president, we will attack Iran. Whatever stage of development they might be in their nuclear weapons program in the next 10 years, during which they might foolishly consider launching an attack on Israel, we would be able to totally obliterate them. That's a terrible thing to say, but those people who run Iran need to understand that.
Make no mistake, a nuclear-armed Iran is not a challenge that can be contained. It would threaten the elimination of Israel, the security of Gulf nations, and the stability of the global economy. It risks triggering a nuclear arms race in the region and the unraveling of the Non-Proliferation Treaty. That's why a coalition of countries is holding the Iranian government accountable. And that's why the United States will do what we must to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
As long as I'm President of the United States, Iran will not get a nuclear weapon. I made that clear when I came into office.
And look, I mean, Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? And what we saw in terms of just this attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles, what we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you, Madam Vice President, two more things. You were asked on 60 Minutes about the biggest threat that the world faces, that the U.S. faces. This is what you said.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles, what we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So now look, when you watch it in totality, you understand what I'm saying about the hypocrisy. So you're watching everybody on the left get mad at what Donald Trump is doing, but the left would have did the same thing. It's just Donald Trump had the balls to actually follow through with it. That's why I don't pay attention to CNN, MSNBC, or the news. Because I'll tell you, people in high denial. It's not about America. They just hate Donald Trump. That's it. And then I see a black lady make a video about black men being traitors. We'll get to that later, and that's a to be continued. Because I'm going to pull that clip up, and we're going to dissect that. You already know what it is. It's the interpretation. I'm out.